National Student Financial Aid Scheme has extended its deadline for applications until the 21st of January. Despite this, there's been a low number of applications, especially in areas like the Free State, Northwest, Mpumalanga and the Northern Cape. Well, let's discuss this then with the scheme's Kagisho Mamabolo, who joins me now for that conversation. Kagisho, thank you for your time. So just an update on where things stand. You had to extend the deadline. What was the rationale behind that, and what impact has it had in terms of your systems leading up to the reopening of the higher education sector?
Good morning, Tulas, and thank you for inviting us. Indeed, the board had to make the tough decision of whether to extend or not. And I mean, we have seen on the last day, on the 7th, even on the 6th of January, our system could not cope with the influx of numbers. People waited for the last minute, and that had a huge impact on the performance on our system. But the extension has actually allowed students then to apply without pressure. We have extended until the 21st of January, and we have seen an overwhelming response from the provinces. For example, the Free State province, we had only received about 46,000 applications by the time we were closing. And now the provincial government with the Premier had made all the municipalities in the Free State available, and we are encouraging everyone to go there and apply. But we also saw a decline in the Northern Cape, in Northwest, and also in Mpumalanga. And as the National Student Financial Aid Scheme, we will be going physically in those provinces, partnering with provincial governments and local municipalities to ensure that the numbers pick up a little bit.
Kagisho, do you believe that there's possibly a link between the slow pace of applications initially, and I'm glad that you're saying that things are picking up now, but do you think there's a link between a sluggish application and the release of the matric results, in that some pupils may simply be waiting to find out, did I even pass matric, to even be thinking that I'll be going to a TVET college, to a university, etc.?
Yes, we assume there is a link. I mean, the Daily Matric published an article where they quoted some students saying they will only apply after they receive the matric outcomes. And we just want to discourage that, because to apply for NSFAS, you don't need to wait for your matric results, or you don't need to submit your matric results. But also we think the restriction in movements of people has also affected the applications. And I think most centers that would have usually opened to assist with NSFAS applications, like universities, TVET colleges, they remain shut down, and that has contributed significantly on the number of applications.
And there were these provinces that you were concerned about, and I think we counted Free State, Mpumalanga among those. What's the update? I know that you touched on the Free State. Are we seeing a similar pickup in the other provinces since you announced the extension? I believe some time ago you were talking about the number having stood at around 600,000 people that had applied. Has that improved since the extension was announced?
Yes, the number has improved. We are now approaching 700,000 in terms of applications. But with our experience with these applications, usually we should be around 800,000 or more by now. For example, in the Northern Cape, we are standing at about 9%, which is significantly low. We are partnering with the Solplaki municipality, where the mayor is now taking over the entire municipality and making sure that we are on the ground. We are sending our people there. We will also be going to Northwest as well, starting from tomorrow. And we are also in some parts of the Eastern Cape. What we are doing, we have looked at exactly the areas in the municipalities where there are low numbers. And we try as NSFAS to target that, take our laptops, take connectivity, and also mobilize.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, Kagisho. Lastly, though, it's one thing for these pupils, the future students to apply for financial aid. It's quite another for yourselves to be ready when the higher education sector reopens. The recurrent problems around, has NSFAS honored their obligations to the institution, issues around the minimum initial payment, which unlocks the door for people to be able to register in the early part of February. Those are recurrent problems, issues around accommodation provision and people being able to access that. Can you give assurance right here, right now, that 2022 will be different from the start of the academic year that we've seen over the years?
Tulas, we have always said that NSFAS management of student funding, it's a very complex administration, and it requires all parties. You know, NSFAS cannot do this without the students doing their part, but also NSFAS cannot do this without institutions doing their part. And by that, I mean, we, for example, have gone out and ensured that we solicit applications. As I said, this year for the first time, we are having what we call instant outcome. As students apply for NSFAS, if they have received social grant, those students get instant approval of NSFAS, which means they can then proceed to their university or colleges of our choice to register. However, for us to release the funds, we require the institutions to confirm that a firm offer has been given to the institution. So we are saying to those students that as soon as they arrive at the institutions, NSFAS would have given the institution their names, those who have offers, and then they will register for free. So we have already informed our universities through our Circular 1 of 2022, which we released last week Friday, where we are advising the universities that they need to register our students without paying registration, but also that we are expecting to have finalized everything towards the end of January, and also giving them the process of appeals for few students that would have not succeeded. So to answer your questions in summary, we are ready and we are happy that all the parties, the students, the institutions, have all come on board and did what they have to do in order to guarantee a smooth transition.
That's good to hear. Kagisho Mamabolo, thank you for your time. He is from the National Student Financial Aid Scheme. There, hopefully, it does run as smoothly as he has said, because, of course, we have seen over the years some of the challenges at the start of the year, and many of the students pointing a finger at NSFAS among other role players. So hopefully this time around it will be different. But also, if you're sitting with someone who was part of the class of 2021 at matric, come on, guys. Do we really need now to be followed up on to say, go, apply. You know that you want to go to university or TVET college, etc. You know that your joint income at home is under 350,000 rand, and therefore, you know, you qualify for this, or you are receiving a SASSA grant. Come on, just do the right thing.